All right. Can you introduce yourself, your age, and just tell us what you do, man?
All right, so my name is Tyke Price. My nickname is Tyke. That's what everybody calls me.
Like, yeah.
Uh, I'm 25. I'm from Brooklyn, New York. I'm an artist. I've been drawing my whole life. It's like I started taking it seriously about 4 years ago, and I wish I'd have done it earlier. I guess like your talent really is where, you know, life will lead you. Like I found like instant, like quick success in it. I still want a lot more to go, but that's what I do right now. And I also work in homeless services,
Okay.
so I help people on a daily basis. So that gives me like a purpose, and I feel like everyone needs help. So that's basically what I'm about.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, man. And I mean, what was it that was happening in your life that made you want to, become a part of the Porn Reboot Intensive? Like, what was the reason?
So I I can honestly say I realized that I was probably well, I realized that I was addicted to porn around like 17.
Okay. How old are you
I,
right now?
I'm 25 now.
Okay, cool.
So 17, and the only reason why I knew 17 made a difference was because I started having like erectile dysfunction.
Hmm.
So at a young age, and I was like, man, where's this from? So I instantly just like it has to be like the porn or something, because it was something that I was engaging in years before that. And on top of that, just feeling like depressed a lot and feeling like disconnected. I knew that wasn't normal, and I was like, I'm definitely feeling lonely because of all of this. Like, I'm not actually interacting with people. I'm just watching videos and feeling down every day. So around that time, that's probably when I became aware of myself, and that was definitely the change in myself. And I told myself I need to just do whatever it takes. And I found your videos online just totally by accident. Um, that was when I used to look at NoFap and stuff, and that wasn't working. And then I was looking for something. I just kept looking for something. I found your videos, and I was like, I spend money on anything else, I'm not going to invest in myself.
Hmm.
The rest was history.
Okay. And I'm really curious though, if you'd been doing all the stop fapping stuff and you'd been looking at those videos, that's a lot of tips. There's a lot of information out there. What was it that made you feel that you should invest in this as opposed to, I've got like tons of material out there instead of just watching all my videos? What made you go like, well, I'm gonna invest in this?
Um, because I felt like it would make a difference. All of the videos that I would watch, just in general, just the whole scope of people that speak on PMO. I didn't feel like I was really changing, and I
Mm,
felt like I would go on like streaks or whatever, and nothing would really change. I felt like I needed to actually, you know, invest in myself, and maybe I was just looking for something. I was like, maybe it's gonna be something that I can't find online. Like,
mhm.
there'll be an actual system, and that's exactly what worked for me. Before, I didn't really have continued guidance. So with paying for it, it was like, all right, I'm gonna be a part of something continually every day, and I'll be accountable to somebody, and somebody be accountable to me.
Got it. Okay. So is the program what you expected?
Oh yeah, more than what I expected. I didn't know what to expect, honestly, because I was like I said, I was just being hopeful. I'm like very optimistic person, and I was like, I can't, I don't want to live my life like this, like, and so once I joined and I seen like, wow, this is like real legit, and it basically built a community for me to go to like every day,
Hmm.
and it definitely became more than what I expected because it showed results that I can measure,
Hmm.
and yeah, so I just appreciate the program for sure.
Awesome. And I'm curious, Tyke, what's the value that you feel that going through the program and learning how to quit porn and control your behavior with masturbation, what's some of the value that you've seen that it's brought into your just your day-to-day life, your relationships, your biochemistry, how you feel, the way you think about your future? How has that impacted you?
So first off, the biochemistry, that has definitely took a positive role in my life now. I make sure that I wake up early every single day. Even on my off days, I'm up 6 in the morning. And
Mhm.
on my days when I go to work, I should be up at 6, but I wake up at 5. I wake up even earlier than I should be.
Hmm.
And I do get sleepy towards the end of the day, but
Hmm.
it's because I used to go to sleep probably like 2 in the morning. Like,
Yeah.
especially as a college student, like that messed up my whole biochemistry. I used to go away to school. Um, but now, like having a set time, waking up and going to sleep, for
Hmm.
me, I just have like better energy in the morning.
Hmm.
And one thing I realized is like when I first started doing the morning routines, my feelings probably every day were like pretty bad feelings. But as I kept it consistent month after month, now
Hmm.
I basically have 3 positive feelings every morning. Like even if I'm tired, I usually feel peaceful, calm, energetic, or yeah, one of like any of always in that ballpark.
Hmm.
Because I was just looking at my old journals and I would see that, oh, I feel anxious. And sometimes I feel anxious maybe because of something that might have happened the previous night. But overall, like I just feel more like at peace.
Hmm.
Um, and I just have more energy throughout the day. I just feel healthier. My mind feels healthier. I'm not so uh just scared to speak to people. I think that's my most favorite benefit so far,
Hmm.
is that I'm able to like talk to strangers now and actually have conversations, and people just come up to me a lot more now. I don't know if it's like I don't know what it is, but I have like a
Yeah.
type of energy now, like that people really like to speak to me, and that's one thing I've always wanted, and I feel like I've gotten that.
Dude, that's awesome, man. Those are some awesome changes. How would you say that your behavior with porn and masturbation has changed? You know, like a lot of guys, some guys are like, dude, I had no control. It was
Mhm.
like every night, every other night, or once or twice a week, I was binge watching porn. What's the difference now with that behavior?
The difference for me is I'm not doing it at all, like at all, at all, at all.
Yeah.
For the longest, like I've said, um, one thing I want to account it to was one thing that was important for me was listening to your podcast.
Oh,
Um,
okay.
and it was a podcast episode, like, and it changed my whole recovery. Is when you were talking about not counting days,
Mhm.
and you've always said that, but I was just so used to that from what I've seen before. When I used to just look at other systems,
Mhm.
and after I stopped doing that, I felt much more free and more relieved, and I literally just have not like I don't feel urges no more. Like I don't even look at material that are suggestive that can lead me to porn. I've just became very aware. So
Mhm.
like I just have like no relationship with it at all. So I'm just like really excited about that.
That's awesome, man. It's awesome when you learn, when you experience the freedom of no longer counting, that pressure, no longer being
Mhm.
obsessed with your recovery. You actually remember your post when you said that you shared that you had listened to that podcast. I think that's when you got it. You got the concept.
Yeah, really.
Awesome.
It's like I heard it before, but it just really hit me the way I listened to it that day. I was like early in the morning going to work, and I
Hmm.
was like, "This is it." Like I just had like that moment.
Yeah.
Sometimes we just have that moment. Yeah.
Awesome, dude. Awesome. Good to hear. Now, what would you say to someone who is similar to you, who was, thinking about doing the program? Somebody who had watched a bunch of the stop fapping videos, who had been trying, wasn't getting results, and was like, man, like you
Hmm.
took a risk. You jumped off the cliff, no parachute. Like you said, you didn't even know what to expect. So that's pretty risky because there's a lot of stuff on the internet. So what would you say to someone who was in your shoes, in similar shoes like you were, who's thinking about doing the program?
Um, Honestly, I would say listen to that voice in your head. If you really want to change your life, you just have to make sacrifices.
Hmm.
If you've never did anything like this before, I really encourage you to do it. It's better to try something than not do it at all and just regret, and years go by and you're still in the same situation. And this addiction in particular, well, like any other addiction, it can really ruin your life. So it's like you don't really have much time in terms of, uh, like what you're willing to risk. If I didn't join this program in 2018 October, this year I still would have been dealing with the same thing. Um, my depression could have been at an all-time high. I could have been, you never, God forbid, like where I could have been. So if you have a plan, and you're in a position where you can join this program, I really feel like you should. It'll change your life. It's worth it. It's just worth taking risk in life. And where I felt like I was at rock bottom, and I needed
Hmm.
something different, something new, and the program's been that for me.
Awesome. How would you describe the entire program, your whole experience since you joined, in one word, just for you, Tyke? What's one word that describes it for you?
Transformation,
Okay.
transformation. Yeah, it overall is just it's a transformation of everything. Like
Mhm.
it's a new person, new friends. Through the group, new community. It's just a whole full transformation.
Mm. Okay, awesome, awesome. Any last thoughts or final words for those who are going to be watching this? Just anything, just from Tyke to guys who struggle with this. I mean, I talk about this all the time. What do you
Mhm.
have to say to guys, just from your heart?
If there's anything I could say is just never. It sounds so cliche. I know it sounds extremely cliche, but
Say it.
never give up. Like if you really want to transform your life, you want to do something, you want to change your life, um, you can do it. There's been times when I was really deep in this addiction, and I felt like I had no control. I was like, I have no power. Like I literally have no power over this. This is something that is going to have me for life. I'm not gonna have power over this. This is something I'm dealing with alone. But if you realize it's all about just being aware, if you realize that, if you just tell yourself like you can do this, you can get through this, there's other people that have gotten through this, and you see that model of getting through this exact situation, you can do it too. um a lot of times we feel really hopeless, we feel defeated in this addiction, but you actually have the power, and you just don't realize it. And it just takes basically not giving up. Just keep searching for something. You'll stumble on something. I stumbled on JK has been biggest blessing in my life. Just never give up. Just know that you actually have the power to transform your life, and there's nothing that you can't do. You just have to believe it. And once you believe it, you'll look for it, you'll start to act on it, and then you'll change your life.
Awesome, man. Tyke, thank you so much for taking the time to share your experience with us. I hope guys benefit from it. Love hearing your story. And of course, I really enjoyed seeing your progress. And, you're still with us. So I'll be looking forward to more progress moving forward.
All right, man. Thank you.